rendelkezésre kellene bocsátani.
Hungarian weapons and Hungarian people's money are available to carry out European war plans. Now that's what we don't allow. Hungarian soldiers, Hungarian weapons, Hungarian money. You cannot go to Ukraine. This is our clear position. This is what Brussels wants to bring down, and the Tisza party is the instrument of this overthrow. Yesterday, the opposition said that he would not like to fight Ukraine for 10 years, but 2 to 3 years for sure. He expects Europe to support either their struggle or the running of the country. Ursula von der Leyen replied, "We're here as long as you need us. We're here." The style itself is astonishing. Really shocking. Well, I sit at the EU foreign ministers meeting every month, and every month I get to listen live as the Ukrainian foreign minister makes demands. So he doesn't ask, he practically presents these demands as if Europe, as the European Union, should consider it an honor to give them what they want. And let's consider it a generosity of the Ukrainians to give us the opportunity to give them away. So it's quite amazing. So, in practice, the Ukrainians there think that the security of Europe today is being provided by the Ukrainians. No, not Europe. That it is in danger is a consequence of the war in Ukraine. So the Ukrainians are not a threat to European security, they are a threat to Europe because there is a war going on. So I would be careful if I were them. The war between Russia and Ukraine is a threat to Europe. It is not security, it is a threat to Europe. I have seen it in this demanding style. They talked, not Zelensky too. Always, always, always. Yes, here's the situation. The past period has shown that the US-Russia agreement is a prerequisite for peace in Ukraine. For there to be a US-Russia agreement, there needs to be a top-level dialogue between the two. Because if the presidents don't talk to each other, there will most certainly be no agreement. So we welcomed it. We were pleased to hear that the Russian and US presidents have held talks. This is the first point. The second, we were delighted to learn that they were ready to hold a face-to-face summit and, thirdly, that they had agreed to hold it in Budapest. This is what the order looks like. We have made it clear to everyone that Hungary will of course be happy to provide all the necessary conditions for the presidents of the United States and Russia to meet and conclude an agreement that could result in peace in Ukraine and that could result in the return of peace to Central Europe. We are ready for this. The good news is that in my meetings with the US Secretary of State and the Russian Foreign Minister in recent days, both have said that they are still on the agenda for the peace summit. Preparations are still underway. The question is the timing of this peace summit, because both sides are clear that this should not be a protocol event. I think that's the best news. So, as long as Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump, Marco Rubio, and Sergei Lavrov are talking directly to each other, it is good news. The good news is that Kirill Dmitriev, who is the head of the Russian Direct Investment Fund and a regular member of the negotiating delegation, was in the United States last week for a series of meetings. I also don't understand how it fits into the European liberal mainstream that whenever Donald Trump wants to talk to someone in Europe, the first choice is always Viktor Orban. Well, they can't handle it.